Inherently Happy, episode 233, The Happy Saint. First, the Happy Creed. We believe in happy, in balance and growth, of being mindful and grateful, compassionate and understanding. Yowza ha ha, my happy friends. My mother, Barbara Ann Storrs Bennett Ulrich, passed away peacefully on February 12th, 2022, at the age of 85. And she was the closest thing to a happy saint as I have ever seen. She was pleasant and resourceful, always rallying her friends and family for some cause or another, and she knew how to say thank you in the best of ways. She was the kind of person who, if you, say, went to a restaurant with her, by the time you left, you would know the names and life stories of the hostess, the server, the chef, the owner, the busboy, and the people sitting at nearby tables. And she could be so understanding, too. Like, if you made a mistake and she knew it was an accident, then she could be incredibly forgiving. If you did something wrong on purpose, however, well, that might not go by without remark or corrective steps taken, for she was also vigilant. I myself ran afoul of her a few times, and I can still taste the soap she washed my mouth out with. And as I was a bit of a handful as a youth, a foul-mouthed troublemaker to be plain, that displayed incredible restraint on her part. And she wasn't just nice to talk to and genuinely interested in other people. She also loved introducing them to each other, to give them a chance to meet incredibly interesting people too. She had friends from her childhood, friends from her neighborhood, friends from her town, friends from her clubs and societies, and also people she randomly met in line at the bank. Seriously. Many is the time she started sentences with, "I have to tell you about this incredibly interesting person I just met." And that meeting typically occurred in the most random of places. And those chance meetings and little acts of random kindness sometimes developed into lifelong connections. She was on the town welcome wagon committee when we were kids, and she welcomed a family from Pakistan, the Khans, who had just moved here. They had to rent a small apartment while they went house hunting, and as they had no bedding, dishes, or utensils yet, my mom called around to make sure she could get enough of everything to supply them. No one else on the welcome wagon had bothered to so much as talk to the Khans, but since my mother was so great with them, and my dad liked them too, which was a bit more rare, they became my second set of godparents. My first set lived overseas, but apparently Mom felt I needed a local one too. Oh, and the home my new godparents wound up buying was a nice little 9-bedroom mansion with a garage bigger than my house. They had a swimming pool, a dog kennel, multiple TV rooms, visitors from all over the world, 6 kids of all ages, and a seemingly endless supply of ice cream. They became our extended family, and I could invite anyone up there I wished. Mom made friends so easily, I think, because, as Dad would say, she was completely without guile. She was exactly who she seemed to be: friendly, inquisitive, genuinely interested, and fiercely loyal. Her friends appreciated her so much, they invited the rest of us to their clubs, societies, and special events, often because Mom had been the one who introduced most of them to those club societies and special events in the first place. If she could get a ne'er-do-well, such as I had been, to canvass voters door to door as a teenager, then she could get anyone to do anything. She never missed a chance to remember someone's birthday, anniversary, or life event with a card or a care package. She insisted we never show up at someone's house without a gift, and that we send a thank you note afterwards. Picture her getting a teenager to pick out a housewarming gift, and then handwriting a thank you card on multiple occasions. And you will see that the moniker of the Happy Saint carries both a force of will as well as tranquility of spirit. She always wanted to make sure everyone got along, and she loved that everyone wasn't the same. As she often used to say to me when I was a kid, If everyone was the same, then the world would be boring. She was the best of us. She taught me how to be kind, friendly, and resourceful, and of the importance of keeping my elbows off the table. And I taught her how to be silly. For I wouldn't consider a conversation complete if I couldn't make her laugh by the end of it. And laugh she did. Ha ha. Yowza.